Done talking, yeah. All right, guys. So welcome back to a new journal. This is going to be week 21, and today is Tuesday. It's going up to I think 7 o'clock in about a couple of minutes' time, and it's a pretty good time for me to start the entry for the journal. Would have been sooner. Well, yesterday, but I can't remember. Something happened yesterday, and I didn't get to do a journal. And this morning, my parents dragged me away to do some work for them guys, even though I just sat in the car for the whole time they were over there. So yeah, that was a bit of a waste of time, and I didn't manage to get anything done then. But let's show you Wagwan and couple things brewing over here. Let's move that up. All right. Initially, the Aussie dollar US dollar prediction was for it to go up from this level over here. Now, when I was analyzing, I initially wanted it to go push up, and before I went to bed last night, I wanted to place a buy stop upon a break of basically this resistance and this range box over here, which would have been very stupid. And I'm glad I stuck to my guns and I didn't do that, because my plan was to only be in two good trades, right? Two highest probability trades that I can find. This wasn't one of them, because I could also see an opportunity for it to come down. And that was basically because it has broken this uptrend structure on daily, and it showed rejection off of this level of resistance. Price has been consolidating, and it's also shown rejection at this level of at this fib level 61.8%. Although I didn't take a short trade on this, I'm glad I didn't take the long trade that I was initially planning to take, right? Because that would have been a loss. So at least nothing's happened over here. Euro USD, it broke above the resistance, but I'm just chilling on that right now. I'm not going to rush into anything. USD CAD, similar. The only thing I can see with the USD CAD is I initially did want it to come all the way down over here and then show a retest and bounce up. It seems to be doing that right now, so that'd be better to see on the daily. But as you can see, the 7 o'clock candle must have closed right now, the hourly candle, which I will just go on to right now. Pound Aussie, don't see much right now. Initially, I wanted it to break above the resistance for me to take a long, but it seems to be showing a rejection, so I'm gonna let it do its thing. No rush. Pound Swissy, I'm staying away if I'm honest. Recent price action has been choppy. GPUSD, this is potentially something I somewhat missed out on. I was initially planning to take a short on this, but then again, with my dollar pairs, I had a lot of in terms when it comes to like correlation among other pairs and stuff. I had a lot of conflict, so I thought let me just stick to one and just go with that rather than go with this, because I found this one to be a bit more uncertain. So what I did end up taking was a USD JPY, which I'll get onto soon. But first of all, Euro JPY. Right. This was, I think, very masterfully played by me. So on daily, we can see that price has uh, well, so on the weekly, it's started the uptrend structure now. Price has come back on the daily, for a retracement, and it's pushed up off of this level of support over here, this weekly key level, I guess you can say, and it's pushed up. And this level of resistance, pretty strong resistance, which is former neckline as well, is actually broken above it and closed above it, right? So that is kind of what incited me to, look for a long position into this, because my overall bias for this right now is for it to be bullish anyways. I mean, it'd be nice to get in over here on a Monday, but this year, very bullish engulfing candle, engulf previous however many candles, right? Three candles. But basically, initially, I was going to be placing an entry at this level of resistance over here slash support, whatever. But then I thought, you know what? This area over here also seems to be a level of resistance or support even, right? So I thought, you know what, price will probably come back. It wouldn't just touch this, because initially what I was going to do was place a very tight stop loss of entry at this level of resistance over here and a stop loss at around 15, 20 pips below, right? Which would have been somewhere along over here. And then I really looked into it and I was like, this level looks like, price is just attracted to around this level, not just this line, but this zone, I should say, actually, this zone. So I thought from here to here is the range where price can actually, you know, come down and show a retest from, and then push up in the direction I want it to. So I thought, you know what, let me just wait it out. Not wait it out, but let me just adjust my entry for this trade. So I drew this box over here, which is where I wanted price to come into and go up from. And I placed my entry, instead of over here, I placed it somewhat in the middle. So I think it was like, I think it's 10 pips either side, I guess, kind of thing. And then I took a nice conservative stop loss on this of about 25 pips, which is 15 pips past this basically level of support over here. Price has literally come to the T at this level of support, right? These candles over here, and it's bounced up. It bounced up, it went into about 40 odd pips in profit. However, this is my this week's swing like trade, so I'm not going for a 1 to 3 risk reward. I'm going for a much higher risk reward on this. So I do expect to keep pushing up. What I do see though is, as price has gone up above this level of, what do you call it, resistance, it's come down with this previous bearish, previous 4-hour bearish candle, but it's not been able to close below it, right? And also because it's already hit the 30 pips, that's where I place my stop loss into break even. So I'm just about to place a stop loss into break even now, but because price is at this resistance and it's failed to close below it, I do think it's going to push back up. So I'm going to place the initial long trade into break even and going to enter a new position to go long right now as well. Same at 2% risk. And plan is for when price pushes up, hopefully it breaks this level of resistance next. That will be another position that I'll add on to it, right? And potentially when price takes profits over here, I'll look to add another position and just keep scaling in until, you know, I can basically catch up to this massive trade, swing trade that I've got planned over there. That is the plans for that. Actually, shit, yeah, the fact that I was going to check was on 1 hour, just to see if prices closed below the support level, and then I was going to put the entry in, and it doesn't seem so, right? And price does seem to be making a move up, so I'm just gonna, I think I've sorted my entry levels already. Yep, correct. And I'm just going to be entering just after I finish this call. UJ, let me just quickly explain UJ. Trend line over here, level of resistance over here, right? It's simple. I saw level of resistance, I saw the level of trend line. This bullish candle over here, the green one, although it's a strong bullish candle, it failed to give a convincing break of this trend line, right? And even this resistance level, it's very unconvincing. So to me, it seemed as if it was going to be a false breakout like situation. I did enter prematurely. That's why I've mentioned over here that because the risk was, the stop loss was quite tight, and I did enter somewhat prematurely. It's only going to be a 1% risk, right? Which I've stuck to. And you can see this level of resistance over here, right? Price had made a manipulative move up. What I did do was, instead of placing my entry bang on the level of resistance, I did place it 5 pips below that. So, you know, the momentum triggers it down that way. But yeah, hopefully that all makes sense. That's very helpful. I will check in again, most likely tomorrow. Let me just show you the IC market screen right now, just to verify the profits and balances and everything, just so everything's up in date. This is what the situation is right now. I'd done a calculation. It's about 53% down since we first started, which is shite. But we're getting better day by day, week by week. And yeah, hopefully, inshallah, this week's going to be a very good, profitable, and blessed week. So that's it for me for now. Peace. Yo, guys, what's happening? Welcome to the new week. It's going to be a blessed week in front of us, but I'm going to talk through what's happening this week. Actually, you know what? Let me peep that. Peep that little fade. Okay. Now we got the main thing out of the way. Let's get into this side business of journals and stuff, right? I just turned it on to show my trim, but that's alright. I'll journal as well. That's fine. Let's run through this like a whore, shall we? Actually, no, that was very bad. All right, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. All right, let's get it done with. So, Aussie dollar, US dollar. Actually, this I explained already on the entry on the Tuesday. So I don't know what order I've done it in, but most likely this will play through first, and then I'll add the what I journaled on Tuesday. So this is already covered. So I'm not going to run through that too much. I'll just run through the additional stuff that I done after that, which was basically entering another position on Euro JPY. This time it being a short rather than a long. Actually, no, because I didn't mention another thing on the Tuesday journal. Okay, so initially on the Tuesday journal, I mentioned that I took a trade over here, this entry point. What I did mention was that this trade is what the fuck this trade? It went up. Did it cross 30 pips? Did I place it on stop loss into break even? It must have done. Exactly. So it was 40 odd pips, and price came back to this sort of level, and I placed what was it, somewhere over here? All right, my memory isn't too good right now, but something happened where I placed a stop loss into break even on the initial trade, and then I entered another trade for a 2% around this sort of level as well, because it was showing a retest. I can't remember exactly at what point it was. That's just baffling me right now, to be honest. But that's what happened. So what ended up happening though was the initial trade that I placed that ended up hitting the stop loss in the break even basically, and the second trade that I placed that hit a 2% stop loss as well. Right, so we're down 2% on this, and then I reanalyzed, and I thought it will go on to it's going to move to the downside, but that's just not happened. Right, it's carried on moving up. It's taken us out for a bit of the time. It was showing that it was going to go to the downside, but yeah, I wasn't looking at this chart particularly. I was looking at my MetaTrader 4 on my phone, right? So if I was looking at this, I would have realized what price is doing, and I would have taken my entries out, over there, right? Because I would be like, okay, it's giving me signs it's going to push up, right? I was looking at it on my phone, and it cost me. Oh, sorry, apologies. Next, it was USD JPY. For this one, I got taken out of this initial trade over here. This is a trade that I mentioned on the Tuesday journal. Then price went up to this level over here, which is where I was initially expecting it to go to and then come down, right? So price went over here, and I placed an entry, and it is in profit very nicely right now. It is more or less, I want to say, about 5 pips away from TP right now. Pretty much, right? 5 pips away from TP right now. Literally, I probably would have closed it out last night if I saw the chart before the market closed. But by the time I saw the chart, my MetaTrader 4, the market had already closed, so I was unable to close this trade out. But the good thing for this week is I have been sticking to the risk management rules and the stop loss placement rules much more nicely. Another thing is I watched a video or a seminar. It's like a 4-part series by Mark Douglas, the author of Trading in the Zone. Very good seminar, right? Especially parts 2 and 4. Bit of 3. 1 is just like an introduction thing. It's not needed at all, but recommend to watch parts 2, 3 and 4, right? Definitely 2 and 4, and then 3 if you want as well, kind of thing. Is really good. So there's certain things I'm going to start implementing for the week ahead as well. So I've still got my delivery job and stuff like that to go to. So I'm gonna, after I put this video, I'm just gonna freshen up, munch up, go out over there, come back, and probably tonight I'll clear the charts and analyze in the morning tomorrow. Yeah. Things are looking better. It's just the mindset I got to control, and one of the main things that he talks in the Mark Douglas talks about in the seminar is, once you have a set of rules, just stick to it, right? Because don't put a trade on don't put too much sentiment into like a trade, right? So don't be taking this as a trade by trade kind of situation, right? So don't put your life and soul into just this trade. You're just wanting this one to work. If it doesn't, you're a loser and stuff like that. That's not the case, right? Or if just one trade wins, it doesn't necessarily make you a winner. It just, the trade just happened to win, kind of thing. It doesn't make you a winner or a loser in a sense, right? So instead of taking it on a trade by trade kind of basis, have an edge. For example, I don't know, an evening stop formation at resistance, right? So long over here, something like this, right? That could be your edge. Every time that's present, every time you see it, you must take a trade, right? Don't be pick and choosing your trades. Every time you see your edge play out, you take the trade. And the whole point is that, the edge just makes it's more likely that the trade will go in your direction. That's it. That's simply it. That's the only, reasoning behind taking an edge based on your trade, right? But you don't know what the other players in the market want to do, right? You could be on short, but everyone else in the market wants to long it, right? So it's going to go up. Now, if you keep playing your edge, right, say your initial trade, it might be a winner, might be a loser, right? Let's say it's a loser. Your second trade after that might be a loser, but then the next trade will win. Then the trade after that will win, and then might lose, and then win. You get what I'm saying? So there's a random distribution of wins and losses, period, right? So long as you have like a sample size of say 20 trades, right? Instead of taking it on a trade by trade kind of value, just know that you can't predict if a trade is going to be a winner or a loser. If you could predict, and if you knew it was going to be a winner or a loser, you're going to be taking all your winning trades. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes you lose, right? For example, over here. Now, what he said is, I hope I'm not waffling. I hope it's very easy to follow, but take your trades on a series of, just know that your trades, the wins and losses of your trades are randomly distributed, right? You could have a strategy or an edge that is, that has a success rate of, say, for example, 70%, right? But you just know that is the success rate is 70%. You don't know which particular trade, however, is going to be a winner or loser. You just know that over time, you're 70% more likely to win than you are to lose, right? So he gives an example of, say, for example, you take a sample size of 20 trades, right? 20 to 25 trades. He suggests, have nothing lower than 20, so minimum of 20, and you don't really need anything over 25, right? As a sample size kind of thing. And the methodology that you have, you stick to it to a T, right? Very disciplined, and stay consistent with the way you trade. You change none of the variables, right? For example, the risk percentage, how you place your stop loss, and how you take profits, and the way that you are trading your edges. Also, you don't change the variables. Keep it as objective as you can, and just stick to it. And if you do have a good edge over the series, right? So say you could have maybe 5 losing trades in a row, right? The initial 5, but then the rest of the 15, they could be winners. Okay, that kind of pattern is very unlikely to happen. But if the success rate is generally quite high on your methodology, overall and over time, you will be a winner, right? Your methodology will win. You will be making consistent money. So that's one thing that I learned. And it's a very important thing as well. So I really want to try to implement it, with discipline and consistency the coming week now. But yeah, I hope I'm not rambling. I hope I'm not waffling too much. But that's it for me for now, guys. I will catch you all soon. All right, have a blessed and profitable trading week ahead. Peace. Be the trim though. Actually, should I actually not peace? Maybe I'll show you guys my MetaTrader quickly. I'm by spaceship. Nah, I'm a space cadet. All right, I believe you can see the screen. So literally, that's the balance right now, right? We're at 50% of the account now. That's the equity. That's the current trade we're in. It's about to hit TP. That's that. All right. Peace.